Hello, I'm Ashley McPherson, and welcome to my Action Research Multimedia presentation. Let's begin by exploring my problem statement. My area of interest for my Action Research assignment is based upon my interest in recognizing whether or not there is a correlation between the increased use of cooperative group work and increased student understanding. This further connects to understanding enhanced classroom management techniques, specifically in regards to time management. I question if having students problem solve as a group would help to ensure that I can engage every student as needed, thus enabling me to work one-on-one with students in group more frequently. I considered the following questions to help me narrow my research and help produce more enlightened research in general. Would more time spent in cooperative learning groups help students understand concepts at a deeper level? Do students work more effectively in groups or independently? Is having students work together to problem solve more effective? Will predetermined groupings help students who are struggling grasp concepts? Will having students work together more often positively affect my classroom management? Before I can begin my research, it is important to ensure that I have an understanding of the definitions of the central and relevant terms related to my topic of interest. Cooperative learning is defined as a successful teaching strategy in which small teams, each with students of different levels of ability, use a variety of learning activities to improve their understanding of a subject. Student understanding refers to the degree of curiosity, attention, interest, optimism, and passion that students show when they are learning or being taught. Classroom management refers to the skills and techniques that teachers use to organize the classroom while ensuring that students remain focused, attentive, on task, and productive. Finally, comprehension refers to the action or ability of understanding something. For my literature annotated bibliography, I wanted to use three diverse yet informative texts to help inform my research. My first academic article, written by Alireza Jalilafar, investigating the effectiveness of cooperative learning method on teaching English grammar, investigated the comparative effectiveness of STAD models of cooperative learning on student achievement in comparison to whole class traditional methods when teaching English language learners. My second resource is an academic article entitled Instructional Goal Structure, Cooperative, Competitive, or Individualistic. This is written by David W. Johnson and Roger T. Johnson. This article argues that the most desirable goal structure for promoting achievement in problem solving is a cooperative one. The authors compared cooperative, competitive, and individualistic learning styles and identified cooperative learning to be the most effective. When working on problem solving tasks with a cooperative goal structure, students learn to problem solve, cooperate, and as a team accomplish a common task. I found this article interesting because it aligns with my belief that the primary intent of schools should be to produce responsible, productive persons who can participate and work effectively in cooperative situations. My third resource is an academic article written by Kathleen Thompson and Juliana Taymans entitled Taking the Chaos Out of Cooperative Learning, the Three Most Important Components. This article argues there are three essential components that must be addressed in order for the cooperative learning of students to be successful. The first component is that the teacher must have a clear system for managing student behavior to ensure that the teacher remains in control of the classroom. Students are excited and enthusiastic when working with one another, and demonstrating effective classroom management ensures that the teacher remains in control. Secondly, students need to be taught the specific interpersonal skills required to engage and work within a group. Such instruction helps students develop the skills as well as the will to work together. The third and final component mentioned is that students must be taught how to perform the specific roles and procedures expected within various group structures. This is a phenomenal resource that provides additional strategies for the successful implementation of these three essential components. In this slide, I have summarized my three resources cited in my annotated bibliography. These resources have helped me to develop a deeper understanding of how cooperative group work positively impacts the learning of all students, in comparison to whole class traditional methods, of course. When I also compared it to other models of learning, so cooperative, competitive, and individualistic, cooperative learning allows for students to learn how to problem solve and cooperate with others to solve a problem. By using cooperative learning, Teachers are helping students learn how to be responsible, productive people who can participate and contribute in cooperative situations. So why do some teachers shy away from incorporating cooperative learning? I believe this is in part because they may feel that incorporating cooperative learning may negatively impact their classroom management. This is why implementing a clear system for managing student behavior is essential in maintaining control of the classroom. Instructors must also teach or ensure that students have the necessary interpersonal skills to be productive and successful in their cooperative group work. Students also need to know how to perform the specific roles that are expected of them when working cooperatively in order for them to be successful and to participate and contribute to a group positively. Students benefit when provided the opportunity to learn from one another. By analyzing the research conducted with ELL students, I was provided with concrete evidence of the benefits that cooperative learning has in comparison to traditional whole class methods. I feel that this research is versatile and connects to various aspects of the curriculum other than just English, such as mathematics, social studies, science, as well as the health curriculum. Now let's explore my research action plan. This slide documents the various data sources that I will use to effectively collect and conduct my research. I will be using anecdotal evidence, which is also qualitative. Anecdotal notes will be documenting how groups are working when switching from a traditional seating plan to a group pause seating plan. From this, I can observe if students are working together to build understanding and problem solve effectively. Next, I will use one of my data sources as completion of activities designed for cooperative group work, which would be quantitative data. Designing cooperative group lessons during my mathematics and health instruction. These activities will be intentionally designed to encourage group collaboration while ensuring that students of various learning abilities have the opportunity to meaningfully contribute to the learning task. Independent and group reflections of students following group work activities, quantitative data. This data source will inform me of how students feel when working with one another, while also providing students with the opportunity to recognize their own strengths and weaknesses when working as a collaborative group. I can use this information to help document student growth. This provides students the opportunity to express their thoughts and feelings as well. Progression in predetermined learning skills and work habits goals. Students will have co-created with the classroom teacher and parents specific learning skills and work habits. I will identify the specific habit or skill for each student and assess if growth has been made towards their goals. Triangulation, validity, and reliability. I believe that by combining my quantitative and qualitative data, I will ensure the validity or truthfulness of my research. I also believe that taking into account the observations of my students based upon the classroom teacher, as well as the self-and-peer assessments, it will improve the reliability of my data that I have collected. I will ensure that my research is reliable by working collaboratively with my associate teacher to better understand my students. It will enable me to have a greater understanding of their learning skills and work habits prior to my being in the classroom. This will enable me to document more accurately their progress on working collaboratively with others to improve their student achievement. I will also create multiple opportunities to assess cooperative group work, which I believe increases the reliability of the research. In this slide, I address who will be participating in my research, as well as the setting in which the research will take place. I will be conducting the research in collaboration with my associate teacher to better understand my students and to track their progress more accurately. I will inform the principal of my intent to conduct my research and will ask for his or her approval before I begin. The students will be the subjects who will be providing me with my data from my research. They will also be the subjects that I will try various techniques and strategies with to see which are most effective with their learning. It's important to discuss the ethical considerations of my research. The safety and confidentiality of my students is of the utmost importance at all times. I will maintain this confidentiality by not using their real names, rather abbreviations or student numbers. I can also refer to students by their table group or pod when they are asked to complete cooperative group tasks. I will also ensure that no photos or discernible indications of the participants' identities are documented with the prior approval of parents and the principal. Parents or guardians of the students will also be notified of my intention to conduct research with their children prior to my start. This slide outlines the timeline of my data collection process. I will be completing ongoing daily anecdotal notes on students as they work in table groups and when completing cooperative group assignments. I will also have a learning skills and work habits tracker, which will identify the goals that students had previously set out for themselves at the beginning of the year, with the help of my associate teacher. This tracker will document the progress in attaining their goal while outlining the plan they've developed to be successful. Students will occasionally evaluate themselves and their group members when finishing a collaborative assignment. They will be asked to reflect on their ability to work with others and to identify his or her strengths and weaknesses when working in a group. This will help students reflect and to identify their areas of strength and improvement. This also demonstrates to me that students are understanding their own progress and growth. In conclusion, I believe that this action research will inform my teaching by helping me understand how to design a learning environment and lessons that will benefit the students' knowledge and ability to work collaboratively with one another. Through this research, I hope to prove that the increased use of collaborative group work produces increased student understanding and engagement. As a teacher, I do not want to be the sage on the stage. I believe that providing students with opportunities to work together and to learn from one another are invaluable to their learning. I believe that the primary intent of school should be to make responsible, productive persons who can effectively participate in cooperative situations. My goal is that through this research, we will identify the best ways to meet student needs and to ensure that they are learning and getting what they need from me as a teacher, both academically and socially. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation. Have a wonderful day.